How are you feeling today?
It's good. This feels so weird not addressing the camera. Like, it's just, I feel like I need to be explaining the premise of what we're doing right now.
We don't need to. No, not at all. First question, Paul. How do you feel right now? This is counseling session with Luke.
Oh, wow. I feel good. I feel a lot less tired, but I also feel very lost. Very, like, floating.
Yeah.
Not in a good way. Not like I'm on cloud nine, but like floating as far as a feeling of like your limbs just kind of drifting, but like not doing anything, if that makes sense.
Like, because there's no longer this pressure to make something every day, there's almost like less creativity or less.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know where to go. Like this week we were talking about, what should we make this week? And we were kind of getting caught up and doing like Colorado and New York. And now we're getting settled in that now we have to start making new content. And we have a lot of big ideas, but big ideas take a lot of time.
We don't have any of that.
We've still... even though we aren't daily vlogging, we still fill our time. Like, no matter what we do, we fill our time. Yeah. And so, as very busy people, naturally, people are like, you're exhausted, you need to take a break. I'm like, well, if we took a break, it doesn't really matter because it's still insanity. But I guess where I want to go is, it's crazy and it always will be. And we do want to do some big projects, and it is good that we're doing this. But what is, like, today's a Saturday, and we technically don't have anything on the docket other than working, editing, and... working, quote unquote, for the company, and then going to a movie tonight. How is that different than what it used to be?
Well, I think I used to wake up with so much purpose. Like, I'd wake up in the morning and be like, okay, we have to have a plan, and we have to do this, and we have to do that, and we have to film this, and then we have to take time out for editing, and we have to do this. But like, my world was very purposeful, and it's not purposeful now. It is less purposeful. Mm-hmm. So like, we woke up this morning and we were like, let's get up and do something. And we laid in bed for a lot longer than we probably should have. And then when we finally both got up, then we just sat and watched Saturday morning cartoons just to feel nostalgic, I guess. Because we haven't ever had time to do that. So I think that was fun. And we made coffee, but we didn't film it. So that was weird. And then I took a shower. And while I was taking that shower, I was just like, I feel lost. That's a good word for it. Just kind of a lost...
I was writing this morning because that's the only way I process anything is by writing it down. And I wrote down the only thing I felt normal about today is the fact that I made coffee. And then other than that, it just feels like I'm out of it. Like, I don't know what's going on. I wrote talking about how I hated that we quitted daily vlogging, but I hated it because I felt like we lost all of our drive. Sure. And then there's a sense of like reckoning, like, this point of reckoning, like we have failed in the daily vlog avenue, not because we didn't daily vlog, but because we didn't succeed at daily vlogging. We did succeed in the fact that we put a video out every day, and we talked a little bit about this channel. Like, that's not the success is in the fact that I made a video every day, not that I have 1 million subscribers. But we didn't see any influx, really. We saw a 50% influx in 2 years, and that came from starting from like a 1,200 subscriber count base. So we didn't see massive growth because as of now we have 3,400 subscribers, which is significantly larger than what we started with. Yeah. But it's not making us a living. We weren't able to quit our jobs, and now we're working more jobs because we to make ends meet. And there's a sense of failure that comes upon me, which is that shame that comes in and says, hey, you actually didn't do good. You didn't do good enough. You didn't. Sure. You weren't interesting enough. Your life wasn't crazy enough. You aren't crazy enough.
You
to
didn't
make
have
it
a good
on this
enough
platform.
Concept for a daily vlog.
Yeah.
And I agree. I do feel that lost failure, that shame from like giving, and I wouldn't even call it giving up. I think we just knew we were beating a dead horse and we needed to change something. But I think
PETA, don't come at us. Don't at me, PETA.
We were trying something that wasn't working, and we continued to push for this thing that wasn't working or growing us in a sense of like a company. And I think that's not bad. I do think though my identity struggled. I think for me, one big thing about the vlog was that was my identity. And when we even conceptually talked about quitting, and yesterday, the video that went up yesterday, there's a part there where Titus, my nephew, was talking about, why do you guys daily vlog? When are you going to stop? And it hurt because he wanted us to stop. Because it took away from time with him. It took away from we had to edit. We had to get all the camera gear ready before we left for any place. And all that time that like gave me a purpose and an identity he hated as a youngster, as a person that was like, he not hated
as a 4-year-old.
Yeah. But like that hurt my feelings, honestly, and my identity.
Titus.
Because I know, but I felt like such a, this was linked to my identity. He didn't like me because I'm a daily vlogger, right? And that's not the truth, but as an identity, and I think I've put over since forever, I've put my identity in other things, as a dancer, as a YouTuber.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah.
I was a college graduate. I was a theater major. I was doing theater.
I'm debt free. I'm a minimalist. I'm a vegan. Let's just go through
all
of
these
things.
identities. I think that, like, for me, and then daily vlogger was the largest part of my like identity.
You walked into a room and you're like, I'm a daily vlogger. Look
What
at
up,
my
fam?
camera.
Yeah. Yeah, but stripping all that, I think this time where we've stopped, and this week of lost floating, and all that comes together for me to a place of like, what is my identity? Like,
who am I?
Who am I? And it comes back to like, I am loved. Christ came and died for me. I've accepted that gift of salvation from him. And that makes me so much more worth it than being a daily vlogger, being a dancer. Like these things that don't really matter. Like as far as identity, like my job is not my identity. The fact that I'm a lifeguard with a bachelor's degree is not my identity. Like my identity is the fact that Christ came for me and that I am loved and I am worth it because of him. You know, those shame-based messages that we tell ourselves that we're not worth it. We're not good enough. We're not
pretty
all
enough,
of these,
whatever.
yeah, all these things aren't true because the God of the universe loved us enough to send his son to die for us, the most horrible death. Like wrapping my brain around, I think Easter was fun for me because I was able to wrap my brain around this identity of who am I and who am I in Christ? Who am I because Christ loves me? I don't know. I don't know.
No, 100%. And I think I saw a video by Cody. I don't even
Jensen?
know his last name. Yes.
Yeah,
from
I love
New
him.
York. And he was talking about why do you care what other people think of you? Just do it, you know, and just live your life. And he was talking about God and how that identity gives you power to like not care about what anyone else thinks and not care about the success of anyone else or the fact that you are successful or not successful. God is the reason, and not just God as a whole, but our relationship with Christ and the fact that we have a personal relationship with God because Jesus died is huge, and that gives us worth and power. It gives us power to live our lives in a free and independent way, and I think that the freedom aspect is huge. And Paul, I think that's a great place to end this conversation because it's so hopeful. If you guys have any questions about what we talked about today,
Okay, break the fourth wall.
I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Oh man,
we're doing it. I hope you enjoyed this little chat with Paul and I. We really wanted to talk a little bit through what we were actually thinking, and a lot of this was actually therapeutic. And I kind of
I feel great now
for a while, but we thank you so much for joining us on this adventure, and
we'll see you in another video. We cut
soon.
back the daily, and now we're gonna.
But we're making about 3
videos a week.
We're trying. We're trying.
Well, honestly, right now we're at a place of rebranding and a place of growth for us. We are ramping up our production side, so that's taking a lot of our time right now.
Production company side.
So like doing videos for other people. We will post some of those here if we can, and if
Yeah,
some people
they'll
want
let
us to come as influencers to their events and things,
we'll be doing
some of that as well. And we're still gonna vlog because that's what we know how to do.
We can
Dang
upload
it!
whenever we want to. Okay.
Yikes, our identity is in Christ, Luke.
Yep.
Anyway, we will see you in another video very soon.
Don't die.
Okay, bye.
Oh, there it is.